Hi everybody, this is Oksana. Welcome to part 2 of July favorites. I'm very excited to do this new way and make this a whole separate video. But I have lots of lifestyle type things to show you guys, and then just things I want to tell you about and just a little bit of chit chat too. So first of all, I have been loving candles and I am a little bit nervous about open flames. So if I want like an actual scent in my house, I will use an essential oil diffuser, like that diffuses them with water so there's no, fire or heat. But if I want the look and ambiance of a candle, then I use these flickering LED candles. I don't know what it looks like on camera right now, but basically it's got a little lamp. I turned it on just now and it flickers. And this one's from TJ Maxx. I like red ones. I like the light to be as red or orange as possible. Some of them can be a little light looking and it's just not like as natural as actual fire. So I like this one because the actual candle is red and it makes it look more real. And it is real wax. It's an actual wax candle. So I think that's really cool. I've seen these, they come scented and stuff, but I don't really like anything scented because it's probably not super natural essential oils or anything. But this one is nice from TJ Maxx, and then this one my dad actually gave to me. It is just a candle holder. I think he said he got it from Walmart, and I love these Himalayan rock salt anything. I have a lamp like this which I love, and so automatically I was really attracted to this candle holder. And then this is just a little flickering candle that you can turn on and put in here. And again, great effect and ambiance. So if you are, wanting to set the mood or just kind of like meditate or do some yoga, I think these are just gorgeous. Or take a bath, whatever. My daughter does yoga and I like to turn these on and like dim the lights and have these flickering candles because I think it creates like a nice peaceful atmosphere, and she does it before bed. So I want her to kind of like wind down from the day, which brings me into my next favorite, which is Cosmic Kids Yoga. And it is an amazing YouTube channel. If you have a child that is, my daughter is 4.5, my son is 2, and he can't really follow along with it too much. So I think you do have to be, a teeny bit older, not you, but your children. And what I love is that this lady that runs this YouTube channel, her videos are very professional. She's got really great graphics and everything that entice kids. I put this up on my TV so my daughter can kind of stand in the living room and do along with the lady. And it is like a story adventure, so she does real poses and real yoga, and I'm sure she does like the simple things that kids can do, but she works it in to a story, like stand like a tree because we're in the forest. And I mean, that's a terrible example, but stuff like that. And I feel like it engages the children and they follow along and they feel like they're doing they're playing out this adventure. My daughter absolutely loves it. So we've been doing that a lot and really enjoying it. Another thing I wanted to show you that's an actual physical thing. So this is a copper mug from Target, and the brand is Threshold, and this was actually kind of pricey. It was $9.99, and it's stainless steel. The copper, I think, is just like a little coating because it's starting to wear off around the rim, and on the inside it's stainless steel. But I don't really even care about the copper or non-copper. I just like that it's metal. And I think this is for a Moscow Mule cocktail, which I'm not very familiar with. But I think it's a great mug if you're looking for something for kids or yourself that is, non-breakable, that is safe to drink out of, that is an alternative to plastic. So I think it's great to have because I used to use these glass cups for my children. They have straws. They're that expensive brand that you can get at Whole Foods, or at least tall cups with like a silicone sleeve around them. And there's still some risk that those can break. You do have to be careful because they are real glass. So this is just a great cup that's, they can drop and it's definitely not going to break, and it's safe. So I really, really like that I found these. The only thing is they're a little pricey, but my dad said he sees these periodically at places like TJ Maxx for pretty cheap. So just throwing that out there. if you're looking for, you know, kids or just whatever. I have actually a little list. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is kombucha. I love kombucha. I actually grew up drinking it and I didn't even know it because in Russia it's a very popular thing to do. Everybody drinks black tea. That's just like part of life. And kombucha, actually, you give it black tea and sugar. It eats the sugar and it ferments the tea into this like probiotic drink. And it's like a little organism that floats on top of the tea. Put it in some kind of mug, or not mug, jug. It rhymes. A big, you know, glass jug or something. And it's like a little white, I don't want to say jellyfish because jellyfish, you know, has the legs and this is just like a flat thing. But basically it's an organism. It's made up of, I think, I don't know if it's a fungus or a bacteria or yeast or something, but it's basically, it's all of these things living together in this big colony, and it ferments the drink for you, and it's really wonderful, very healthy. So I didn't even know I was drinking all my childhood. I started drinking kombucha recently, and I was talking to my family, and they're like, yeah, we used to have one, and we used to do it all the time. And I was like, oh, really? That's what that was? And then it just all sort of clicked. And then I was like, I can make this myself because I love it. My kids absolutely love it. And it's like $3, more than $3. $3.50 for this glass bottle, which is, I mean, it's a decent size. It's like this kind of glass bottle, but it's not like a gallon or anything like that. So it's pricey if you need to buy a few for the week. And I thought it would be much cheaper to do it myself. You just got to get black tea and brew that and some sugar, some pure cane sugar. Don't worry about getting, you know, additional sugar in your diet because the actual kombucha eats the sugar. So you're not really getting a sugary drink or anything like that. And you can make it just from kombucha from the store. If it's a, you know, just a regular, unprocessed, unpasteurized one, then it'll grow its own little Scooby. I will leave the link below to a blog that I found that I used to make my own, and it's been wonderful. I'm so excited now that I have this big thing of it. So first I grew the Scooby, then I made my first batch. Right now we're making our second batch already, and it's, oh no, we're drinking our second batch, and I'm making the third batch. I just, I bought the container. It has a little spout on the bottom, so I just fill up the same glass bottles. I actually just kept all the ones from before, and I stick them in the fridge and then give it a new batch of tea and sugar. So that's been working wonderfully. I feel very domestic and creative doing that. Let's see what else I want to talk to you guys about. Oh, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, I absolutely love Instagram, and I post all kinds of things there, especially things having to do with food and recipes, and some of my jewelry making adventures as well. But I posted, and this is actually my second time posting them, my almond flour tapioca starch cookies, which are amazing. I had been looking forever until I found these for a good, like, crispy crunchy cookie, because sometimes you want your typical like chewy soft cookies, but sometimes you just want crispy crunchy, and it's kind of hard to make them, surprisingly enough. And when I found this recipe, this is gluten-free, they are just amazing, and they're chocolate too, which is always a plus. And so I just wanted to kind of give it a shout out. I will leave the link to the recipe down below for you guys, but if you're looking for a crispy crunchy chocolatey gluten-free cookie, these are really amazing. So I wanted to mention that. I did recently post a video of my 3-ingredient chocolate cake, which I've been enjoying making as well as my veggie lasagna. I'm all about recipes lately, and I hope you guys don't mind. I try to post these sorts of videos on the weekend that are not beauty related, so that it doesn't take place of my regular videos, and hopefully they don't get in the way too much of your news feed, because I know not everybody's gonna watch, especially like the jewelry stuff. Not everybody's into that. But if you are, I actually found a great channel. It's called Go Art Yourself, which is right there is a reason to check it out. But it's a tutorial channel and just like tips and stuff having to do with wire wrapping and just jewelry making in general. And it's really great because it's hard to find. When I first started out, I literally just couldn't find anything out there, and that's why I started making my own videos, because I thought, wow, this is, you know, there's like nothing out there, and I want to help people. people that are starting out too, and so this is a great channel that's relatively new, and I will link it down below as well. And if you're, into wire wrapping, some great tutorials on that channel. And then I also want to talk to you about this new gadget that I got on Amazon Prime Day. Did you guys go crazy on Amazon Prime Day and order a bunch of stuff? I did not. I ordered one thing. I actually didn't really come across anything that amazing, but I saw this little veggie spiral thingy and it was like $25. I think normally it's like 30 something, or normally it's like 50 something, but it's one of those prices that like it's always sells for less just to make you feel good that you're saving money. So I figured, maybe it'll be decent, and it's actually very, very cheapy and very poor quality, which I was kind of bummed about. I've never had a tool like that that's so manual. Like I had an apple peeler and core, whatever it's called, you know what I'm talking about, before, and you just like spin it and the apple gets peeled, and it was, the spinning really is the only thing required out of you. But for this, you also have to push it forward, so it takes, both of your hands, and then the actual machine starts sliding forward. I posted a picture of this on my Instagram. I'll leave a link down below too if you're curious about the actual product. I'll leave the Amazon, product for you guys. And I mean, I don't hate it. It is cheap. I'm sure that if you wanted one that wasn't so manual, you would probably have to pay like 50 bucks for real. So it works. It does its thing. I wish it required less of me and didn't feel like it was going to snap apart every time I used it. But it's been really neat making noodles out of like zucchini and adding that to soup and stuff. It's been really cool. And I did it with potatoes too, to make like curly fries and stuff like that. It's awesome. It wastes a little bit of the vegetable just because for some reason it like cores it, and I don't know why, because it's not made for apples. It's made for things like zucchini and potatoes. So you're left with this little like center part. It's pretty narrow that you kind of have to throw out, or I guess you can cook it, and the end of it obviously is left too. So it's a tiny bit wasteful, but it's kind of a neat way of substituting noodles for vegetables. And I mean, it is different than eating real pasta, but it's kind of fun. So I've been really enjoying doing that. In terms of personal update, I don't have too much going on currently. We're enjoying our summer. It's really, really hot. So I guess that's the price you pay for having such a nice spring and fall and even winter here in the South. I really enjoy the fall especially, so I'm looking forward to that so much. I just love the leaves changing color and the smell, and it's still pretty warm outside, and I love fall clothes too, and leggings and tunics and belts, so that's in my mind right now, and I still have a few months to go until that happens. But I hope you guys are having a great summer. If you've done anything exciting that you want to tell me about, let me know. And hopefully you liked this two-part favorites video. I'll keep doing it probably, unless people object to it, because I think it's a great way to break it up into shorter, more manageable to watch sections. But I hope you guys have a great August, because it's probably going to be almost August when I post this, and I hope your July was good as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.